Hey guys, welcome back. 𝐑𝐨𝐥𝐿 here today with a new video. Today taking a first look at Roller Champions, the new free-to-play roller derby game from Ubisoft. This game's been in the works for a while and looked at. I've been trying to keep an eye on it, and I didn't realize it was dropping until it just dropped. It is now out. Today is the first day that it's out. For the mass public, it's free to play on all the major consoles and PC. It's a 3v3 team game, but I hopped on and tried it out solo for my introduction, played the first 3 games to sort of get a taste for it, and then wanted to quickly make a video about it. Now, on a surface level, looking in on it, the characters look horrible, and the general idea seems pretty dumb. I fully understand all of that. I'm not here sponsored by Ubisoft, gonna, kiss their heinies or anything like that. I'm gonna give it to you straight. It does not look like it is good. The characters honestly look horrible. The sort of whole art direction and design and style of it is pretty bad. It's the same sort of Ubisoft like mass appeal attempting stuff they've done before that just falls flat because it just isn't inspired in any way. With that said, though, that's basically where the negatives stop. I really like the gameplay, and that is what matters. It's not as deep as a game like Rocket League. To compare it to Rocket League as probably really the only easily comparable contester or competitor with this game would be Rocket League. Now, it's not as deep as that, but there is definitely depth here. In the gameplay you're watching, I'm going to have it up, and then I'm also going to go over my second match afterwards, sort of explaining how the game works. I can touch on that now as well. There is depth to it. The way the game works is you go in laps around like a NASCAR track. Like I said, it's 3-on-3. One ball drops, and whoever has possession of the ball then begins taking their laps. If you do not have possession, the team of 3 can tackle and hit and knock down the person with the ball, making them drop the ball. You can also hit anyone who doesn't have the ball to stop a pass. You can intercept a pass. But if you're the team with the ball, your goal is to make these laps, and you have to go counterclockwise. Going clockwise is still will count, but isn't as progressive. You'll see what I mean. But going counterclockwise, you want to make your laps, and each lap you make will give you a chance to make subsequently more points. After one lap, the hoop opens up, kind of think like Quidditch from Harry Potter or something like that. If I don't know, it might be a deep pull. But after one lap, the hoop opens up, and then you can throw the ball through the hoop for 1 point, or try and do a second lap, which will then make the hoop worth 3 points, or a third lap, which makes it worth 5, and instantly wins you the game, as it is a 1-to-5 match. So technically you could win within a minute. Now, it seems kind of complicated, but it's not. You really just are going around with possession of the ball, and you can just do one lap and throw it through and get a point, and that's all I've been doing because the skill ceiling is really low right now. People are just trying to figure the game out, and I'm playing solo queue. But there are a couple times easily where I could have done the 3 points, go for another lap. And if you had a team, you're passing and communicating, maybe you have one teammate who's just tackling and knocking them down, all the opponents, you could easily get a couple laps going and win right away. Now, that's where I think the skill comes in. Also, you at any time have the ability to turn around and go the other direction. There's also a mechanic where you can sort of grab onto a teammate, and then they'll slingshot you forward, and it'll shoot you at extremely high speeds down the court. And with that, combined with passing, you can sort of have the person with the ball in the front, and because there is slipstreaming, which means if you're chasing, you will catch the person in front of you. Like if you have the ball and you're trying to do your laps, the people chasing you are going to be faster than you, which means you need to either pass, evade, dodge them, or slingshots. So the way you can kind of do it that I've started to figure out is, you get the ball, you start doing your lap, and then a teammate grabs the back of you, slingshots a half a lap ahead, and then you pass it up to them. And of course you can pass back and forth any way you want. You can turn around, you can dodge people. It is pretty fun. The movement is good. You're always sliding, and you can crouch down and gain speed down humps because the outer edges of the lap are raised, so you can go up and down like a bowl, like a half pipe sort of on the way down. And it feels good. Like, the momentum and the movement feels good. The tackling feels good. You can knock down 2 people or 3 people if you're lucky with all in one hit. There's sort of a double hit you can do where you can dive for someone if you're just missed. You can even jump up in an uppercut in the air and try and dive way across the whole ring at somebody. It's all pretty well put together with the movement and the scoring and everything, and you have that comeback mechanic that even if they've scored twice on you, if you can get the ball and do 2 laps and then score, you'll now be winning 3-2, which is a pretty cool idea. There's also an overtime mechanic where, like, if you are losing and you're holding the ball, even if it's 4-0 and you're holding the ball and the clock is at 0, if you can evade everyone, make those 3 laps and throw it through, you will actually win, which is pretty cool. And I am very excited to see where the skill ceiling goes in this game. I'm already basically a legendary, just god at the game. I can see myself probably becoming one of the best players in North America, maybe even the world. I don't want to over embellish my skills too much, but it's right here in the video. Just solo carrying these people. It's like I'm just a god already. Like, I just pick up a game and become a master. The gameplay is fun. They have a battle pass right off the bat, but it's only $7. It's cheaper than a normal battle pass, but it's also only 30 tiers, and it pays partially back what it's worth. So if you're thinking of a game like Apex, where you buy the pass and then if you finish it, you get all of the currency back and you can get the next one for free, quote unquote, then it's kind of like that, where the pass in this costs $500, which is $7 Canadian or 5 USD. And then you get 300 back on the pass. So you get a little over half return investment. So you will have to then pay for the next pass. It's only a 30-day season, though, with 30 tiers, which isn't too bad. Like I said, don't really like any of the cosmetics or the way the characters look. I think the character design is really horrible. And I think the look of all the characters is bad, but the rest of the look of the game, like the arenas and the maps, are pretty cool. They also have a neat mechanic where instead of like leveling, you're gaining fans. Like, imagine XP, but it's called fans. So as you do dailies and weeklies or win games, you accrue more fans, which levels you up by proxy. It's basically XP. But then when you join a match, the arena is, just think of like Rocket League, where it's just a oval NASCAR track with stands around it. The stands will be more full if you have more fans. So, like, it accrues the whole 6-person lobby's amount of fans and fills the stands with that many people. So if you're in a really high-level game, theoretically there will be a massive amount of fans, cheering, which is kind of cool. It's just, it really doesn't mean anything, but I think it's kind of cool. And then they do have a loot box system with loot balls that give you 1 piece of loot. So I don't know how much there is of that, and there's only 3 on the pass, and you get 1 for free for downloading the game and trying it out. And then I also had 1 in my weekly challenges for the first week. So that's cool as well. I like seeing loot packs. Those are always fun. They're on the free side of the pass, so the 3 that you can get for free, which is pretty cool. And then 1 more, like I said, for free for getting the game, and 1 more in the weeklies. Now, with all that said, let's just take a look. If you're still hanging around and want to see more of how the game works and what you do in a match, let's take a look at my second game, and I'll just break down what I was doing and why I was doing it, and then you'll have an idea of how the game works, and you can get it and try it out yourself. Like I said, it's free, so let's get into commentary in the second bit. Alright, here we are with the second match I played. As you can see, it's just starting off. This is the slingshot mechanic I was talking about, and it dropped the ball behind us. So my teammate goes back for it, and now I'm trying to kind of play ahead for a pass, but he loses the ball, and you see this guy jumps me, which is pretty high level stuff already. I'm trying to gain on him. I scuff up the slingshot again, but we still get the tackle and the ball. Here I'm playing again for a pass. My teammate kind of just whiffs it, and I managed to grab it off the ground and avoid these 2. Now I'm wanting to pass ahead and then slingshot off my teammate, so now I can get a pass from him. I'm much further ahead now. I just have to dodge a couple people, and now I've almost got a full lap completed. Dodge this guy, and the net will open up for me, the hoop, and that's a point right off the bat. So using the slingshot, I was able to get far ahead, and even with them coming the other way at me, it's pretty easy to dodge and set myself up for a point. Now that's an example of where I could have kept going around some more for 3 points if I had wanted to, if I had any trust in my team or communication with them, you know, knocking people down or clearing a path for me or setting themselves up for a pass, etc. Now here, the enemy team got the ball off the drop, but then my teammate was able to intercept the pass. So now I'm basically trying to catch up and help by either tackling and clearing these people from behind him that are trying to catch him, or by getting in front of him for a pass. So you can see the enemy team did a good slingshot, and then I got knocked down. Now I know I won't catch this guy now before he does his lap, but what I can do is turn around. I don't know why they threw the ball like that, but I can turn around and catch them on the way around with a tackle. Because, you know, if you don't think you're going to catch them before they do their lap, you can always go the other way. Now this becomes sort of a cluster of people just brawling here for a bit, but eventually they break free, and I'm still getting knocked down. So again, I go back the other way because I don't see a clean path of catching them, and I was going for a takedown there, but was avoided. I'm still able to sort of gain on him just in time and take him out before, right as his hoop opens. Now, as soon as the other team gets the ball, that closes the hoop and ends your progression around on your points. So here I'm just looking behind me, dodging. I pass back because I realize I'm surrounded, and then I'm able to get a clean pass forward. We've already done a full lap, and that's another point if I had hit that throw. Now, I missed the throw, but I'm able to come back. I'm trying to pass to my teammate, and I believe he loses it here. But really, that one's on me because I missed the pass, or the throw, sorry. But we could have got one there. We could have just kept going around instead of trying to double back, which usually seems to be a better idea. Instead of trying to play around right under the hoop like that, trying double back, you might as well just keep going around, and maybe you'll get a 3-point lap coming up instead. Now here the enemy team has the ball on me. They're starting to make their laps around. They've got one of the gates done, but I'm able to get a takedown on both of those players and secure the ball. I pass it up and get it passed right back to me, and then back to him, and we're sort of dodging. I have it now, and we can start going around our laps, because you don't start progressing until you pass the gate that's directly below the hoop. So we're playing sort of avoiding game right now. He gets taken out, and they have the ball back again. So now we have to start going yet again. And this is where it could be faster to go the opposite direction to touch the gate, or you can just keep going around. We have the lead, so we don't super need to worry about it as long as we're playing a good defense. But again, the orange team has the ball, and they're starting their way around. Here I know eventually I can catch him, so I just kind of stick with it. But he is passing it ahead, which is where my teammate then slingshots, so now he should be able to have in front of me safe. They have their hoop open, and they tried to go back for it, which sort of messed them up, and I'm able to take them out and get the ball back, closing the hoop now. Here I am again watching behind me, passing ahead once the enemy team closes in on me. This player in front of me continues to loop. You can see the speed of the game. You're almost always engaged because you're always doing something. You know, you're always going around after the ball or progressing your own laps. Even here, I'm just cleaning a path for this guy. I don't exactly know why he passed it to me. I was kind of just clearing the road for him, but I think he misunderstood what I was doing. But it doesn't really matter. We get the ball back right away. And again, he's passing it to me when I'm in a bad position, but I send it back his way, and we're able to keep moving down the lap here. I'm trying to clean out these people behind him, and now I'm going to double back because it seems like he's got a good path, and try and set myself up for a pass in case he's getting caught up to. So here I'm setting myself up for a pass. He doesn't feel like he needs it, but I'm going to stay ahead of him just in case, and he's able to get that goal on his own. But you can see how open it is in front of me. That's one of those moments where here, instead of throwing it for the point, he could have passed it to me, and potentially we could have went another lap around and gotten 3 points. But needless to say, we got the point either way. It's now 2-0 with 2 minutes left. The enemy team can easily catch that up if they were to do a few laps themselves, but it's unlikely because I get the ball again off drop, and I'm able to start just maneuvering around these people pretty easily. It is pretty hard to hit someone when they're going up and down the sides like that. And now again I'm setting myself up for a pass from my teammates down the field, but they get taken out. but are able to recover it, pass it up to me, and as you can see here, the gate's now open, and I can get another point. So there's 3 now. It's unlikely that we'll get caught up to at this point, and I'm sure watching you're also getting a pretty good understanding for how the game works. Clearly there is a lot better sort of play and skill that you can do with a 3-man team communicating and with more skill into the game. That's the cross-map uppercut dive that I was talking about. You can launch yourself and dive across the map. But using that slingshot mechanic and passing and maybe setting one player like this to dedicate to tackling, you could get some really higher level plays going, you know, sending someone else to just tackle and clear the road or clean up the people in the back while you have the other 2 passing and slingshotting, getting yourself some good laps. Like, I got slingshot there and I'm way ahead with the ball now. Like, I slingshotted while holding it, and there's a very low chance that anyone's going to catch up to me, and I can just dodge them here, back down. You know, the momentum's really fun to mess around with, and that gives us our 4th point. It's a fluid game experience, you know, it's a lot of fun, honestly. I recommend, even if you think like it might be dumb, you know, that's the way I felt about Rocket League way back in the day when it first came out. I just had no interest in it because I thought it was dumb car soccer and it sounded stupid and it looked stupid and I didn't care to try it. But this game is free and you may as well try it. Unless you really have no interest at all, I'm highly doubtful that someone could play it and not get any sort of enjoyment out of it, at least somewhat, you know, especially with some friends. There is fun to be had here for sure, and there's also a lot of you know, skill to be had here and progressing up. There is ranked and casual, and I think, oh, all 3 in one hit, that's what we call a strike right there. I think that there's definitely room for the skill ceiling to raise. You know, there's another slingshot into a pass, into a dodge, and into the winning point, baby. You can do some pretty crazy stuff, and, you know, like I said, I'm already insane. What was that, 4 points of just by myself? 4 points, I'm pretty sure. Basically a god, solo carrying the randoms. And, yeah, that is a full look at Roller Champions by Ubisoft. Just wait for the skill ceiling to rise. There's going to be some crazy things that people can do on this game. But that will have to do it for me. I hopefully gave you everything you need to know about the game, a good look at the game, and a good explanation of how it works. And like I said, it is free on all consoles. Check it out if you're interested in it. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of the video and of the game itself. And subscribe for more content. I'm always putting stuff out. And I do my best to make these videos enjoyable for you guys and also helpful and informative when that's my goal as well. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the brand new game, Roller Champions, and I'll see you guys out in the old NASCAR track. Bye.